Good morning and welcome to Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. I'm Avan Dabaj. This is the show where we get your crisp and comprehensive view of all of the stocks that are buzzing away in trade and those that you need to keep an eye out on. I'm Avan Dabaj, and for now our markets are quiet. You've got the Nifty, which is perched at 10,800. The broader end of the market though in firm fettle with a good degree of outperformance, up nearly 0.5% for the mid caps and small caps. Well, let's bring on board then Vivek, who's joining in, as well as Kunal Bothra and Sumit Bagadia, all here to give us a flavour for what's buzzing in trade, and Siddharth as well with some F&O observations. Well, let's get started then. We have the first stock that is in focus, or rather the sector, and pull up the fertilizer stocks, the likes of Fact, GNFC, Deepak Fertilizers, Chambal, Madras as well. All the stocks are really active in trade today, and the entire lot seems to be buzzing up and about in today's trading session. In fact, all of those names that are featuring on your screens are all reacting to the buzz of the anticipation of the gas prices now lowering. That would incrementally be a positive for a lot of the likes of these fertilizer stocks, which is why they're active in trade today. Need to keep them on your radar. Madras Fertilizers up in double digits today. Well, let's move on and Kunal, chat about Aurobindo Pharma first up. On the technicals, give us a sense as to what your recommendation is. Why does this emerge as a strong stock to buy?
So the last 4 days, 4 out of the last 5 days have been positive for the stock price, and not just that, it's taken a double bottom support around the 710, 105 levels in the last 5 days. And now you're seeing the stock comfortably above its swing resistances. Volumes in the last 2 days have been extremely high for Aurobindo Pharma. And I think that's in case for many of the other pharma stocks which are looking quite strong on short-term charts. Aurobindo Pharma is what I've picked up for the day today. Buy with a target of 800 and stop loss 740.
All right, watch out. That's the take coming in on Aurobindo Pharma. Stop loss 748. Meantime, Vivek, IndusInd Bank sure is a stock that's in news today. Take us through all of the details with financials and, more importantly, what a brokerage is saying.
Well, that's right, Avan. IndusInd Bank yesterday took an extra provision on the results on back of its exposure to the entire IL&FS group company. Now, what brokerages are saying at this point of time is that Q4 too, the company will be forced to take another provision, and this is something that has made most of the brokerages trim their EPS estimates for Q4 FY19, and which is why they believe that most of the target prices have been revised slightly downwards. They continue to maintain a positive stance. In fact, Credit Suisse is saying the growth and outlook remains quite strong as far as IndusInd is concerned. However, they've gone ahead and cut their FY19 EPS by almost close to 12%. So on the positive side, of course, the pre-provisioning operating profit remains quite strong.
All right, that's interesting to keep an eye out on. Well, the stock sure is under pressure today. Meantime, at number 4, then let's pull up HPCL from the oil marketing space, and Sumit, get in a technical take. Where are you placing your targets and stop losses here?
Hi Avan, good morning. HPCL is looking weak on charts. It has given some correction from higher levels, and from here on it seems that the sell-off can continue for next 1 or 2 days. Downside, there is a possibility that we might see a fall till 220 levels. For a trading perspective, it's better to be on sell side. One can initiate sell positions in HPCL at the current market price. If there is a pullback or bounce back till 235 levels, then that should be used as a selling opportunity. On higher side, the stock has raised it at around 245 levels. So that should be the stop loss for sell positions for the downside target of 220 levels.
All right, that's the take coming in on HPCL in today's trading session at the lowest point of the trading day. Meantime, Torrent Pharma, and this stock sure is flexing its muscles, Siddharth.
On how many stocks in pharma space are hitting their all-time highs? Very few, and Torrent Pharma is one of them. And even at these all-time high levels, we are seeing fresh formation of long positions, which means that within pharma space, or even if we don't see it as a pharma stock, we are seeing a lot of traction happening at these levels, and fresh formation suggests that people are still anticipating further upside from current levels.
All right, that's the view coming in, a stock to keep on your radar. Meantime, apart from Torrent Pharma, there's REC at number 6 then, and Kunal, this stock is quite active in trade today. Question is, where does it head from 123, and do you believe that the volatility is going to be an underlying factor here for the stock?
So in fact, surprisingly, the stock has not been that volatile, previous to its nature, maybe over the last few months and years. In the last 1.5 odd months, we've seen a stable uptrend building up for RAC, and also case in point, for PFC as well. REC has formed a bullish flag pattern on the daily charts, and the volumes today are almost more than 60-65% of the last 5 days of average volume. So it indicates that maybe the stock could see a heightened volume action today, and that breakout could be confirmed on high volumes. I would suggest a buy on REC with a target of 128 to 130 range, stop loss at 119.
All right, that's the take coming in on REC, 215 on last, 2% higher on last tick. Moving on then, Yes Bank as well has sure been a newsmaker. The latest updates that we understand in the search for the new CEO is that the board has finalized some potential names that could head the bank, and now they are going to seek the RBI approval for the list, and that's going to happen as early as today. The bank is also going to lend the list of the CEO candidates to the Reserve Bank. We'll have to wait and watch what emerges from that. But ahead of all of these developments, the stock is at 186. To IT then, and the most prominent name of the day, Vivek, no brownie points for guessing, is TCS. So tell us, what is the ET Now poll suggesting? What is the basic commentary that the street will watch out for?
Well, expect a dollar revenue growth of almost 1.4 to 1.5% as far as TCS is concerned. Expect the constant currency growth to be somewhere close to 1.8%. And if you're talking about, what is the kind of margins that you're looking at, margins are expected to remain quite stable on a quarterly basis. A 20 basis point dip may be witnessed. However, this is mainly due to the back of the fact that cross-currency headwinds may be witnessed by TCS. The other thing to keep an eye out for, unlike its peers, TCS actually has a cost pass-through model, and again, this is something that is expected to aid its earnings. TCS, of course, the biggest company as far as the IT pack is concerned. Numbers will come in post-market hours today, and they'll be very keenly watched by all of the trading community.
Oh yes, indeed it will. Up 0.5% ahead of those crucial earnings at 1896. Meantime, Bandhan Bank is another candidate that will be coming out with its numbers, but let's analyze the stock from a technical standpoint. And Sumit, it's holding out in anticipation of its numbers today. What's the trend?
See, Bandhan has given a correction from higher levels. In last 5 days, we have seen a correction in the counter from the levels of 550, 560, and now the stock is quoting at around 460 levels. What I can sense looking at the chart is that the stock is near the support levels. I think any dip from present levels till 450 or 445 should be used as buying opportunity. Downside, the stock has support at around 430 levels. So that should be the stop loss for long positions. And the correction which we have seen should give some pullback. So a pullback or bounce back move can be seen till 490 or 500 levels. This would be a pullback call. A closing over 500 will take stock prices again to 550, 560 levels. At present, I feel for a pullback, one should initiate long positions in Bandhan Bank at CMP or on dips in prices till 445 levels, because stop loss to be placed at 430 for the targets of 490 and 500 levels.
All right, that's the word coming in on Bandhan Bank. Buy the stock with a target at 490 to 500. Meantime, Muthoot Finance as well, that stock is looking quite chirpy in trade today. In fact, very strong volumes, I believe. Siddharth, take us through some of the details on price and volume action.
Firstly, viewers should know that gold prices are doing pretty well as US markets have been correcting. And Muthoot Finance, Manappuram Finance, predominantly into gold financing business. So we are seeing some sort of traction. Now there are stocks, even when Nifty is not doing so well or facing resistance, are near their all-time highs. Muthoot Finance is also one such stock. Adding long positions even at these higher levels at gold prices are firming up, and we are seeing formation of long position, which makes this as a strong candidate for further upside.
Right, watch out for Muthoot Finance, 1.5% nearly on that stock. Long formations at all-time highs. Meantime, let's check in on real estate. And Kunal, we've been talking about how since the start of the year, a few weeks ago that is, the real estate space has been showing you quite a bit of conviction after being a solid underperformer all of 2018. What's the take on DLF? Some interesting patterns, I believe?
Yes, Avan, in technical terms, we call it as an Ichimoku pattern. So, those patterns are more, derived on, longer term charts, and, these kind of pattern breakouts, they result into more trending nature of the stock, and, DLF has witnessed a very similar kind of a breakout, at current levels of 184, 185 on spot levels. So I believe that could be something which should add to the momentum to the stock, which has already been doing well since last 3-4 days. So DLF could be a buy at current levels based on those indicator breakouts, targets of 196, stop loss at 180.
All right, watch out for that. Adani Enterprises is another stock to keep on the radar, and in fact that stock is in news today. It's quite a flat trade that you're seeing though, up a meager 0.2%. But we understand that the Adani Group is looking to invest close to 70,000 crore rupees to build green data center parks. This is in Andhra Pradesh, and that could potentially create nearly 100,000 jobs over the next 20 years. In fact, they are signing an agreement to develop solar power data parks in Andhra Pradesh for the same. An MOU has been signed. These data center parks will be up to 5 gigawatt capacities around Visakhapatnam. Well, that's the news, but the stock laying low at 150. Then there's Ashok Leyland and some very positive news that's kicked in, Vivek.
Well, that's right. It's a very big order win, and this is something that the company was looking forward to, given the fact that the spate of order wins that the company was getting in recent times had actually slowed down to a trickle. So now the company has gotten an order of almost 2,500 buses, and this is from various state transport undertakings. Other than that, another update is that the company has completed the transaction of buying another 12.5% stake in its subsidiary, Ashley Aviation, and again, the stock is reacting quite positively to the order win, up a little over 1% in the session today.
All right, finally some positives coming in. 95 is where Ashok Leyland is perched at. Well, let's move on to stock number 14, and that's from the IT space. At 325, there's Wipro, which is languishing in today's trading session. What exactly, Sumit, is your advice here?
This IT stock is still looking weak. In last couple of days, we have seen a range-bound move in Wipro. The stock has resisted at around 331, 332 levels. So that should be the stop loss for sell positions. Presently, it's down by 1.10%. It's quoting at around 325 levels. One can initiate sell positions at the current market price. Downside, it has support at around 318, 315 levels. So that should be the target for sell positions. A closing below 315 will take stock prices to 305 levels. At present, the stock is looking weak. It's better to be on the sell side. If there is a bounce back till 328, 329 levels, that should be used as a selling opportunity for the downside target of 318 and 315 levels.
Okay, that's something to keep an eye out on Wipro. Meantime, ICICI Pru then, and Siddharth, you're clearly picking out all of the stocks that are holding out very smartly in trade today, this being another name.
Well, yes, and let us give credit to our technical experts. They have been, citing this stock since quite some time, and that stock, this is the second consecutive day, that stock is doing well. Well, it's not just important to concentrate on price action, but look at the volumes in ICICI Pru Life, and today we are just 2.5-3 hours into the trading session, and volumes are already substantially higher than last 1-2 months average, which means that at lower levels somebody is accumulating, and when I say somebody, it has to be institution, because these kind of volumes cannot be done by retail HNIs.
All right, that's the word coming in on ICICI Pru at 343. On that note, we take a quick breather right here on the show. Be back for more on the other side of the show. Welcome back. This is Market Fatafat. We're counting down to all the stocks that are buzzing away in today's trading session. 15 down, 15 more to go, hopefully. So let's move right on then and focus in on autos. It's Escorts that's in focus. Quite a steady move. Kunal, what's your opinion?
Yes, it's a stock which is in a gradual uptrend. We've seen the last 4 weeks, and this is the 5th week running where the stock has seen a decent upside. It's not been a big kind of a price up move, but more staggered and steady in nature. And generally, when you see such kind of patterns, it indicates that there's a new trend in the making for such stocks. Escorts could be one of them. I would suggest buy or a hold for the stock at current levels. Further upside till 788 to 800 zone.
All right, that's the word coming in on Escorts. Watch out, there is more upside till 788. Meantime, it's Tata Motors as well, and remember, this has been in the news for all the wrong reasons, barring the fact that we did see the overall US JLR numbers that came in strong. But the latest take is now with respect to Tata Motors is that there has been some job cuts that have taken place. In fact, this is particularly for UK. There have been close to 5,000 jobs that JLR will be cutting in the UK. Remember, in terms of the overall auto sales numbers as well, it was a fairly disappointing set. Now all eyes will be on the Q3 numbers that the company will deliver, but expectations are that it could be a tempered set. But despite that, the stock is in the green today. Meantime, let's pull up a consumption name. Shalimar Paints is in focus today. Why is that, Vivek? What is the deal with respect to the funds buying and selling?
Well, Shalimar Paints, this particular name, some extremely exciting fund action happening there. The name on the screen is Equity Intelligence Fund, but most of our viewers would be aware that this particular fund has been run by noted fund manager Poran Juvailiyat. Poran Juvailiyat has now entered the stock. Reasonably good pick, 3 lakh shares. The other thing to keep an eye out for, as far as most of the paint stocks are concerned, one of the reasons why they're doing quite weak in the session today is that crude prices have rallied quite significantly overnight, and which is why you're seeing a lot of the paint stocks are quite weak in the session today.
All right, keep an eye out. That's the latest coming in on that Shalimar Paints. Let's move on. V-Mart is a stock as well that's in news, in focus rather, in trade today. It's one of the stocks that are really having a rough run in today's trading sessions. In fact, let's understand what's going on with volumes as well as what the recommendation is. Sumit, you see more selling pressure here?
Yes, we see a selling pressure in the counter. Stock is looking weak. In last 7 to 8 days, the stock has given a correction from the levels of 2600, 2650 levels, and it has broken the 200 DMA levels also. Chartically, the stock is looking weak. There is a possibility that we might see a move till 2200 levels or even till 2150 levels. Those who have taken long view, it's better to move out of this stock because the stock is looking weak. And from here on, it's better to exit, wait for the lower levels to take fresh entries. At present, it's looking weak for the targets of 2200 and 2150 levels.
All right, watch out. That's the levels to keep an eye out on. More selling pressure on the cards. Meantime, Siddharth, at number 20, it's South Indian Bank that you're flagging off. And what exactly is the trend that we're seeing here?
A lot of these mid-cap banks are doing well, Awan, and today we are seeing price volume breakout. If you look at the volume pattern of this bank, I understand this is a low denomination stock, but volumes have been substantially high, the highest volume in last many months for South Indian Bank. Plus, there is a substantial formation of long position. So though the stock is volatile, it's a low denomination stock, but statistics are showing signs of strength. So one has to keep watch on this thing.
Okay, keep an eye out on South Indian Bank. Very strong trend, and that's being reflected in the stock price today. Meantime, there's also Dilip Bilkon that's in focus in trade. In fact, that stock is up by about 0.8% as we speak. Well, that stock is in news in today's trading session, and this is after the company has seen some road projects in Andhra Pradesh. In fact, we understand that the latest is that DBL Anandapuram Anakpali Highways, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of the company, they have received the financial close. The National Highways Authority, this is for a 6-laning project, and this is boding well for the company. Not just that, the stock is also in news after CRISIL has downgraded the long-term bank facilities to negative, where it may be revised to if the liquidity position does not correct. And that continues, and if the position continues to remain stretched. So Dilip Bilkon in news, but as we speak, it's managing to hold on to the green. Aditya Birla Fashion, meantime, let's understand where exactly the stock is headed. And more importantly, Kunal, does one wait for a buy at the current levels or wait for a dip sub, say, 200?
I believe current levels are decent enough levels to enter into the stock, because it's just about on the verge of making another swing highs. And I'm not talking of short-term charts, I'm talking of monthly and quarterly charts with the stock. The previous high, I think last year, was closer to 215 to 16 rupees. It's trading very close to those levels, so the price patterns are quite bullish. And if the breakout happens for the stock, it could just about add another round of strong momentum. So Aditya Birla Fashion could be bought into at current levels, and especially on the breakout, targets of 245 and stop loss at 200.
Okay, that's the latest coming in on Aditya Birla Fashion. But on that note, we'll wind it down right here on the show. Many thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Markets at Noon.